financial problems, elder law, criminal law, tax problems, business matters, divorce, personal injury, bankruptcy, your life, your reality. Life is complicated. There is the law and there is reality. Welcome to Law and Reality, sponsored by Thav Gross. Now here's your host, Ken Gross.
Welcome to this segment of Law and Reality. Today's topic is the solution to credit card debt and high card payments.
Brian, that's the solution.
I have two hints. One is, it's not your credit score. Number two is, it is Brian Small.
It is.
Dun, 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 dun. And on that note, good morning, Jeff Linden.
Good morning, Ken.
Good morning, Kelsey Simasko.
Good morning, Ken. I'm so happy to be here.
And good morning, Brian Small.
Good morning,
So
Ken.
this is how it
Always
works.
a
Just
pleasure.
to start off the bat, like Brian pays all my credit cards, so it's the greatest program.
I
If
can
you
get
are
Brian to
watching
pay my
the
credit
show,
cards.
and
Amy,
you-
no, doesn't happen. Not a
if
chance.
you are watching the show and dial star 511, Brian Small will pick up the phone and pay all of your credit cards forever.
Not a chance, and thankfully I don't think there is a star 511.
I'm hoping there's not. Okay. So, lending tree this week. I did a little checking. Current credit card balances, $1.252 trillion as of first quarter 2026.
And that stat, right in and of itself, is considered a little bit low. It's closer to
because you dip in the first quarter.
Because I just made a payment.
it's close to
Brian just made the
1.35 trillion.
1.35 trillion. We're talking a 63% increase over 5 years. 325 billion higher from fourth quarter of 2019. That was the pre-pandemic. Average unpaid balance 7,886. Highest average credit card balances. Connecticut is the winner at 9,788. Are you wondering where does Michigan come? Because I didn't put it on the outline.
Where does it come?
I would
Let's
bet.
do a poll between one and how many states? 50.
God, I hope so.
Yeah,
That
for a
shouldn't
while
have
now.
been a question,
What's,
Ken.
You can
what's
look
your
at the
number?
flag
I used to
and
like
count
to
the
think
stars.
52.
There's-
Like a deck of cards.
I'm going to say we rank 20th.
20th, Jeffrey Linden.
Oh, we're doing the 1 out of 50, not the high-low thing? I think credit card debt, we're probably like 34.
I'd
Mr.
go with
Small.
probably somewhere between 8 and 13.
None of you are close.
Shocking.
It's 35.
Really?
Right, I wasn't close at all.
You guessed 35.
So far away.
He said 34.
You could drive
You didn't say
frickin'
30.
aircraft
You didn't
carriers
say
through that gap.
34.5.
No, I didn't.
I
That's
was
true.
there. That was a
Well,
good-
that's good.
You
So
hit it. You hit it on the head. That was a
that
home run
shows
for it.
that Michigan residents are more responsible financially than, say, 34 other states.
I was actually I would have been inclined to think that we were higher up
Me
on the
also.
category. I was
Yeah.
glad to see that. 45% of credit card holders carry a balance. The average APR on current accounts is 21%.
$210
cards.
of interest per every
It
$1,000
is in-
you borrow.
It is insane. New card holders, 23.79%.
$238 of interest for every $1,000 you borrow.
I have a
Annually.
card I have had since law school. We're going on 34 years now.
They had
It
credit
is
when you were in law
Have
school.
they changed the rate?
Yeah, but
No,
the cards
like
were chipped out of
9.9%.
stone.
And it's got a $50,000 limit.
Who's it with?
I'm not going to say.
Okay.
I
Well,
could tell you,
You don't want them
but
to
I'd
know.
have to
Right.
kill you.
Here's an interesting thing, though, I thought. The delinquency rate at present is 2.94%, which
that
I was
considered
reading
high or low?
earlier in the week that the rate has been going up.
It is.
But the Great Recession, it was 7%.
But that's where it peaked, right? It peaked
At
there.
7.
But you have to look at the other indicators which are out there, which are telling us that 2.97% or 2.94% is is going to ramp up very quickly.
Well, I want to stay on that, but let me just throw out the car payment numbers first, and then let's observe everything. New vehicle average car payment $767 a month. Used vehicle $537. Subprime credit, that's 501 to 600 credit score. New vehicle payment $792. Used vehicle $557.
It's not that big a difference.
That was my observation. The subprime hammer is not that material of a number on the payment. But the payment amounts
Are huge.
are insane. My first mortgage payment was $802. And I thought that was a lot of money. And I was making, at the time, probably $40,000 a year.
Is that the log cabin?
But let's again.
No, it was a nice house in Novi.
Let's look at factors. The new vehicle car payment average at the end of 2020 was $200 less per month than it is now.
And your interest rate was 14% versus 23%.
No, that's on credit. That's on
that's
credit
credit
cards.
card.
Your interest rate on
Back then.
cars was
Probably
closer
zero.
to 0
Zero.
to 2%, and now it's between 6 and 8%. Defaults on cars right now are pushing 5.8% on standard financing and over 6 on subprime financing.
Which is way up.
We have a huge tipping point. The bubble is going to burst. It has to. People are not earning. Their
can't-
wages are not increasing in concert with the increase in prices.
I mean, just make it
the other
easy.
thing-
But if you were carrying $100,000 of credit card debt, which is not an enormous amount these days,
No, it's not.
and you're paying 23.9% on that card, let's just round it up to 24%.
$24,000 in interest annually.
Net after tax. So if you're making 150,000, you're at least in a marginal tax bracket of 20%, I would say, maybe even a little bit higher.
22.
Well, that's your incremental.
So to pay that
increase.
24,000, you really got to be making 30,000. And if 30,000 of is just to pay the interest, doesn't reduce your balance, and you've got 150,000 of income, after the break, we're going to calculate what the percentage of your income is going up in the sky to pay the interest on your credit card debt.
If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
Fav Gross specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
We're Thav Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
If your loved one is struggling with age-related issues, let our family help your family. Call Simasko Law now. We're family-owned and growing. Meet Joe Frizard and Kelsey Simasko, our newest superstars. We'll handle your issues with care, compassion, and dedication. At Simasko Law, we'll leave no stone unturned until your family is protected for the long term. We'll walk together. That's what families do. Simasko Law. Protect what matters.
Tax problems are major problems. Don't let the IRS levy your wages and seize your assets. There is a solution.
We're Thav Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
If you're behind on your taxes and owe money to the IRS, call Fav Gross.
We've been solving tax problems for 32 years. We stop wage levies, resolve unfiled returns, and obtain the best possible settlements.
Call Fav Gross today, 888-235-HELP. Carrying too much debt? Resolve your debt. Call Fav Gross.
You don't need to be broke, and you don't need to hit rock bottom. If you have income and you're struggling with debt, dump it. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. If you do what the banks tell you, you'll have nothing to retire with. There is a solution.
Don't waste your future. Call Fav Gross. We're experts at eliminating credit card debt. 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP. You can't work. You have to deal with pain and stress.
Worse yet, our system for applying for disability benefits seeks to deny you the benefits you're entitled. Jeff Kirschner is an expert in obtaining disability and workers' compensation benefits for his clients. You need to call Jeff before you apply or after you're denied to get the benefits you deserve. 888-235-HELP. 888-235-HELP. Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
Worth Ave Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
So if you're making $150,000 a year and $30,000 before taxes going to pay your taxes, what's 30 divided by 150? 50 divided by 150 is a third, 33%.
It's like in the 40%.
Yeah,
more.
it's insane. And here's my observation, and going back to what you're saying is, go back to the point that right now only 2.94% are in default.
Right.
Why is that?
Well, here's
My experience, and then I'll throw it to you guys, is people don't go into default until they use up their available credit. No matter how many times Brian and all of us in the show talk about the fact that if you have $150,000 of credit card debt and you're paying 25% interest, you need to take action now to stop that. Typically, they don't stop it. They don't stop it until they use up their available credit and they're saying, well, if I can't use the cards, I can't make the payments.
I'm gonna correct you though. They don't stop it, and they keep trying to pay the credit cards, and then they stop paying other things so that they can
Like
pay
their
the
house
credit
payment.
cards. It is a typical situation where people will walk in, they're current on their credit cards, and they're behind 3 to 4 months on their house. They're behind 2 months on the car because the car isn't coming to pick up
Because
the car.
they need to use the credit
Right.
card to pay for things
and,
tomorrow.
And that's why the factor when I said that the tipping point, you're looking at auto defaults as being a major factor right now. Auto defaults are basically double what they were in 2020. Okay? And you're at a point where if you're running out of money to pay the car, you're gonna
So
use
let
up
me-
all your available credit on your
Let me
credit
ask you a
cards.
question. Your
It's going to blow up.
clients that are coming in, how much discussion focuses on the increased fuel costs that they're encountering right now with the war and so forth? Or is that just one more knife in
the
the
average
pie?
person is paying basically $100 more per month in fuel costs right now.
Do they come in? Do they complain about it, or
No,
not really? 'Cause
people
it's
just
just
it's
one more debt among all
it's
the
just
rest.
an expense.
Yeah.
It means that they can't do something else because the car has to run.
But that's the problem.
And the
It's not that
insurance
they
is
can't
going
do
up.
something else. They just incur
will.
another $100 a month in charges on their credit card that they can't pay.
But I think though that you're conflating the issue where in the end we're acting like so much of this credit card debt is just frivolous debt that people are getting into. People have to buy food.
I don't think it's
Right.
frivolous. They're
And when
paying.
we're in a
It
situation
starts
where
with food, shelter, clothing.
Okay, wait.
But then it also goes to
So
vacations, dance lessons, horseback riding, and other
I'm
things.
I'm gonna stop you here. It starts with the fact that people in general use their credit cards and they don't max out their credit cards, okay? But they use them as a tool. And then when things get tighter, they've already spent on them and they're used to paying the minimum monthly payment plus some. And now the minimum monthly payment is the only thing they can pay. But they keep increasing their credit. If they had no debt, there would be some funds available to pay for the groceries and the gasoline, and they wouldn't be.
They're in the credit card trap.
They're in that credit. Yeah,
what
they're in the
debt are
credit
we
card.
talking about? Are we talking about your mortgage and your car loan? You need a place to live. You need a way to get to work.
Absolutely, but
It's a big problem. I mean,
if
the
you-
other- I mean, the other
Remember
factor
what I
is
do when I look
if
at a
you-
budget is I eliminate the debt. I look at it and say, what does it take to live, eat, sleep, breathe, and be happy?
What does it take to live, eat, sleep, and breathe for a family of 4 living in metropolitan Detroit? Kids are in high school. What's it cost? How much do how much do you have to earn in order just to be able to make it?
That's an interesting question. Assuming that your housing expense would be about, let's just say, $1,500 to $2,000 a month.
Which is low.
It is low for some people. It is high for others.
I want an average.
I would say $80,000 a year for a family of 4. If they are conservative with their spending, they can get by
And they're living in a 1,500 square foot home.
$1,500 a month, whatever.
But that's assuming, again, the kids are in high school, right? In situations for people, especially in my age bracket, it's you're not putting, the dance lessons and the horseback riding lessons on the credit card. You're putting your child care on the credit card, right? The cost of child care in this country has gone up so exponentially that at this point, families are having to be faced with 2 working parents, and 1 entire salary goes to the cost of child care.
You're 100% correct.
1 income.
I think it's impossible.
It is, and people wonder why birth rates are down.
I think it's impossible to live a family of 4 on $80,000 a year. I mean, I understand some people do it, and I respect those that can do it. But I feel for them, because I think it's impossible.
You said how much is the minimum that you need, and that's really the
That's
number.
eking by.
That's eking by.
And what's comfortable? What income do you need so that you go on a family vacation once a year? You
Probably
you're buying
realistically
clothes compatible
$120,000 to
with-
$150,000 a year.
And what's the average income?
I don't know what the average income in Michigan is. We should certainly at the break, which is coming up shortly, we can look it up and try and figure it out.
I think it's a very difficult situation. But here's the big point, is that there are a number of people that are earning income that is sufficient. You're $150,000, you're $200,000
But they're just in as much debt as everybody else
But
is.
they're buried in debt, and they're giving away their retirement. And it's all going to pay the juice, the interest. And if you're paying 24% on a credit card, understand something. You're paying a loan shark. The credit card company that's giving you that card 20 years ago would have had a mask on and been considered a loan shark. Now they're just your normal standard bank because there is no regulation on interest rates. But it's a big problem. We come back, we need some solutions.
Carrying too much debt? Resolve your debt. Call Thav Gross.
You don't need to be broke, and you don't need to hit rock bottom. If you have income and you're struggling with debt, dump it. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. If you do what the banks tell you, you'll have nothing to retire with. There is a solution.
Don't waste your future. Call Thav Gross. We're experts at eliminating credit card debt. 888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP. You can't work. You have to deal with pain and stress. Worse yet, our system for applying for disability benefits seeks to deny you the benefits you're entitled. Jeff Kirschner is an expert in obtaining disability and workers' compensation benefits for his clients. You need to call Jeff before you apply or after you're denied to get the benefits you deserve. 888-235-HELP. 888-235-HELP. Is the debt piling up? Struggling to get by?
It's all about preserving future income. Bankruptcy is one option. When it's right, it's the least costly, most effective way to save your home, eliminate a second mortgage, and wipe out credit card debt. But you need to address the problem now.
We help people with bankruptcy. Call the experts.
We're Thav Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
Time for announcements. I want to announce Thav Gross has opened a new office downriver in the Horizon building on Eureka Road. So now we're in Flint, downriver, and also our home office in Bingham Farms. Remember, you can always come in for a free consultation. You can do it by Zoom conference, in the office, any way that works best for you. Just call 888-235-HELP or go to the website, thavgross.com, to sign up. Debt issues, tax issues, estate planning issues, business law issues, elder law issues with Pat or Kelsey, disability issues with Jeff Kirshner. Again, sign up at lawandreality.com or thavgross.com or just call 888-235-HELP. Also, if you go to the website, you'll see there's free reports. Resolving Tax Problems, The Real Solutions by Jeff Linden and myself. Bankruptcy, Is It Right for Me by Brian Small. How to Save Your Home from Foreclosure. Business Formations, Loans and Grants for Small Businesses in Detroit and Michigan. And The Retiree's Guide to Social Security by Pat Simasko. I want to thank our sponsors, Thav Gross, Simasko Law, Kirshner Law. Now back to the show.
Tax problems are major problems. Don't let the IRS levy your wages and seize your assets. There is a solution.
We're Thav Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
If you're behind on your taxes and owe money to the IRS, call Thav Gross.
We've been solving tax problems for 32 years. We stop wage levies, resolve unfiled returns, and obtain the best possible settlements.
Call Thav Gross today, 888-235-HELP.
The doctors ask if Dad's affairs are in order. Did Dad ever talk to you about what we should do in a situation like this?
Not a word.
What should we do?
We should have called Simasko.
Don't wait. All it takes is a quick call to Simasko Law or go online and fill out a request. We can get your needs and wishes set in stone so your family doesn't have to play a guessing game when the chips are down. Protect what matters. For power of attorney, call Simasko Law today.
If you're retired and in a financial crisis, there is a way out.
It pains me when I see a retired couple exhaust their savings by paying credit card bills and for a home hopelessly underwater.
Thav Gross specializes in helping retired people in financial crisis.
You just can't keep paying until you're broke. You need to address the problem now.
888-235-HELP. That's 888-235-HELP.
We're Thav Gross. Our firm will solve your problem.
All right, so we're back. So we checked. The average household income in Michigan, 98.7. So we're a little bit ahead of the game there, and close to what your estimate is.
I said 80 is
but I
what's
just don't
needed.
see. I understand the credit card problem because I don't see how the average family that wants to live a acceptable life can make it on those dollars.
It's not
I
that
feel
they
for
can't.
them.
It's not that they can't live an acceptable life on $98,000 with the take-home pay on that. It's that if they have debt, they have zero ability to put away for retirement. And retirement is for those generally is just Social
There's
Security
2 points.
income.
They have zero to put away for retirement, and if they have debt, then they don't even have enough cash flow to maintain their regular expenses because too much of the debt of their cash flow is going to service the debt.
It's more important for the
what's the
person making
solution?
$98,000 a year to apply the 3-point retirement plan.
Which is what?
Own your own home free and clear, have no debt, and have some money in the bank.
At the point when you're ready to
Right.
retire.
And
Okay, so
that's critical for
So
them.
so what do we do? What do we do in that situation where you've got the client who has $50,000 to $150,000 of credit card debt? They have a steady, regular job. They're buried with the problem of their car payments. What do you do to get out of debt? How do you address the issue?
Well, first, they have to recognize that.
Or are you going to say the problem is individual to the individual?
Well, not now.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
You
You
probably
said-
won't even say it at all now.
That's going to be the last line of the show.
So look, when it comes down to the person in this situation, they have to recognize that they're not getting out of the problem themselves. They've dug the hole, and the ladder doesn't reach down.
They've fallen into the hole. They didn't dig it.
They
Digging
did-
the hole
they
makes it sound like they're at fault. I don't
that.
feel that they're at fault.
Okay,
I think
whether
that-
they are
I
at
think
fault
you're
or not.
walking through life and the step in front of you is a sinkhole and you just don't happen to see it.
They need to take what would be a non-traditional attempt to get rid of the problem. The non-traditional attempt, because everything else is, I'm going to keep trying to pay my bills, right?
So what's the non-traditional?
Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Chapter 13 bankruptcy or debt resolution. These are opportunities to do something you're not used to doing, because remember, Mama raised you right. Work hard, pay your bills, and all good things will happen to you, but that's not really what's going on in this world today. So instead, we look at legal
But so many of
alternatives to
those
get rid of
people,
debt.
I talk to them every day. They say, but what's going to happen to my credit score, Brian?
So your credit score is like when you scratch yourself. It hurts for a little bit when you hurt it, and then it heals, and it gets better. But if you're in that credit card trap where you have all that debt, until you make the debt go away, it doesn't matter what your credit score is.
You know what? You know how important your credit score is in the context if you're saddled with debt? Imagine that you're sitting on a lot, and the entire lot is covered by 6 feet tall weeds. Your credit score is one blade of grass sitting in the bottom of that weed. It's that significant. Your credit score doesn't matter at all if you're in debt, because once you're in debt, the credit score goes down anyway.
Right.
Because you have too much debt, and you can't get any of it, and you can't get any available new credit anyway. Once you're at that point, you got to get rid of the debt, and then what happens to the credit score?
Well, the average person who files some sort of bankruptcy or does debt resolution, within 2 years of the matter being concluded, their credit score is back up in the 700s.
Let me take my analogy and make it clear.
Yeah.
You have the 6 feet
As long
of
as you don't do
weeds.
anything to harm your credit score after
comes
we
back.
fix the problem.
You've got the 6 feet of weeds on the lot. You file a bankruptcy, and the mower comes through and levels all those weeds, and they're gone. Now the lot is flat. The credit score is one blade of grass, and all of a sudden it becomes important, and it goes up.
Yep.
Because you have no debt, and your credit score is how much debt, your aggregate debt, your pay history, and your ratio of available credit. You get available credit after you file a bankruptcy because you get more offers.
And it is absolutely amazing how quickly credit offers come in after a bankruptcy.
But what's the key there?
Don't use them.
Don't use it. Or use it and
Take
pay it
the
off
offer,
every month.
Pay it off every month. Your available credit goes up higher, but don't get yourself back into the
Credit card.
I only have $10,000 of credit card debt. Because even then, it's $2,500 a year of interest, which takes $3,000 a year to earn. It all of a sudden becomes, 5% of your net worth again, or of your income. So, which is the easiest? Which is the best solution?
Well, if you qualify for a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, it's the least costly, most effective method to get out of debt. If that doesn't work, then we look at Chapter 13 or debt resolution, and we're going to find, again, which one's the least costly, most effective method to get you out of debt. Wait for it. The problem is individual to the individual, and the solution is individual to the individual. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
I have a problem with that. It's that you're
Close it out, Brian.
You're 10% too soon on it. Your timing was completely off. The next show, you have this opportunity, try it again.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week with Law and Reality.